When you are running a cultural space in Istanbul, the first thing that comes to my mind is the financial uncertainty. We are for the past few years going through a very serious economic crisis. So what we try to do to be as flexible as possible and try to build up a network of solidarity that bring together different actors, different service providers, different artists, activists that can support each other. Another uncertainty is the political uncertainty. And for the last, I don't know how long, maybe the last decade, Turkey is going through political crisis, instabilities. So we try to keep our own independent space, not relying on any kind of political establishment structures helps, but also it makes you vulnerable when it comes to facing power structures. And I think in terms of political instability, it's important to keep hope alive. And this hope has to be kept alive starting from the team, because our team is our first degree of community. And then for all the different individuals and organizations that are part of our network. It's hard to contextualize where we are as Postane when we are in a beautiful urban garden like this. Like it is the most touristic part of the city. So it is like a rampant commercialization, gentrification processes taking place. So, and all the rooftops, for instance, in this very densely populated area, are either upscale restaurants or part of a hotel or Airbnb structure. We kept our rooftop as an urban garden, so to kind of make it more accessible for everyone, for the immediate community as well, but for our team and our own community, and which also allow us to make connections with different groups and sectors in the city as well. So every Tuesday we have open garden days where urban garden volunteers come and they work in this place. So, and one maybe unique solidarity mechanism that we developed over the last 2.5 years is to only buy from social organizations and urban gardens in and around Istanbul. So for our own restaurant, for our own business operation, we only rely on the social actors. So our garden in a way connected to all the other gardens around the city, and that kind of creates a solidarity network that help us to cope with uncertainties, but also create space in this very rapidly gentrifying, commercializing, tourism-only focused area. But what we were observing here and what we are trying to do is actually get into these practices like urban gardening for connecting with various groups, different neighborhoods, maybe not necessarily the most privileged ones, directly link it to concepts like food justice or food sovereignty. So it is not only a kind of a hobby practices, but it is what life should be all focused on. How we should build relations in life, how we should develop communities, how we should care for nature, animals, plants. What we should all kind of, what I believe, focus on is how to bring closer our operations, which means everything from the way we run our spaces, the way we run our teams, the way we design, build, operate our buildings, the way we do procurement. So how we do operations and how we choose our programs should be more and more integrated. That would be my number one recommendation to any kind of cultural practice, that do what you preach and preach what you do.